and we were obviously in Lucy's yard, so she breastfeeds. So she's like, I hope you guys don't mind. Like, I'm gonna just whip. You know, she got to feed the baby. So she whipped out the boob, and then Paulina was pumping her boob. And I was like, should I just whip out mine just because?
In solidarity.
In solidarity. Yeah. But I just think, like, I left that day feeling like...
And we're back. Never too shy. Woo. But there's, like, a whole different face here. Yeah. It's like our Nestor is not here with us anymore. Yeah, we miss you, Nestor, but we love you. We love everything you're doing. Continue the great work. We're so proud. But I'm Paulina.
I'm Tati.
And we have our guest here today. I just want to introduce you really, really quick. We have the Queen of Dulcelandia.
Queen of Candyland.
Queen of Candyland.
Finally.
That's
I've been so excited about this.
Same. Lucy's here.
Lucy, I love Lucy.
Yes, Mrs. Dulcelandia.
Yes.
Can I tell you something funny? Well, not you, but your husband Marco, who is producer Marco. Those who don't know, everyone asks about producer Marco. He exists. He's physically here with us.
Yep.
Confirm
that. He has, I think, 2 fans?
8. No, we're at 8, girl. We're at 8
fans.
Yeah, you're at 8.
You have
Am I
18
included in that
or 8
count?
fans.
No, you don't count.
Oh.
You have to be a fan.
babe.
You're married.
So your lovely wife is here. But it's so funny because, like, for you, I don't have you in my phone as this, but I do have Marco Dulcelandia in my phone. I don't know why.
Nice.
And when I refer to you guys, I call you guys the
Dulce-
Dulcelandias. I don't know why.
Dulcelandias.
But
That's
Dulcelandias.
hilarious.
I know.
I'm definitely changing my name now on their phone of them.
You should. I think it's like, you know how like celebrities have like a little nickname when they get together?
Yeah.
Or just put the candy emojis then. Even if
Literally.
it's that. Okay, I'm
The
going to go do that.
Dulcelandias.
Yeah.
You
But
remind me
yes.
of like the Mexican moms that have like
So-
those contacts.
I have always been the girlfriend or the wife of
Me.
Dulcelandia, or back
Really?
then we had the restaurant, so it was the restaurant. So
Oh, yeah. I remember the restaurant
they were
story.
like, that's,
RIP the,
you know,
the
that's
dream.
yeah. I've always been.
That's the girlfriend. Well, we got to give you your own identity.
Yeah.
You are mother. You are
Marco's Lucy's
legend.
wife. Like,
That's
I heart
right.
Lucy.
You
I
are
don't know if that's how
wifey.
that works. I'm not Lucy's
I mean,
wife.
crap.
Wait, yeah, I was going along with it too.
Sorry, it's hot in here.
I mean,
You're
you know, no
Lucy's wife,
shade.
so-
You're dehydrated.
It
kinda like
it is
it.
Pride Month, you know, but you know,
Yes,
shade.
Marco.
That's Lucy's wife. I'm kind of here for it. I missed that completely.
Mr. Lucy.
Mr. Lucy.
Mr. Lucy.
Yes.
Okay.
Shout out to Mr. Lucy.
I love that. We're definitely going to dive into like you and who you are. I mean, like I said, you're a mother, you're a wife, you're an ex, would it be like a teacher?
Educator.
Educator?
Yes.
But possibly going.
I hope to continue.
Yeah,
education.
continue that. Also podcaster as well. You've had a
I am,
podcast and I
yes.
think you still do it with your friend, right?
Yes.
And then also too, like just all around amazing human
Person.
being, friend.
Human being, yeah.
Human friend. Yes, my
Human
friend's a human. I was going to say human being and then human friend came out, but
Man,
I'm losing
you
it
guys
today.
are losing it
It's the
already.
heat.
It literally is.
We're
the heat.
suffering
4
from
minutes
heat
in.
stroke.
Candyland needs to
Literally.
get their AC.
We got to
We
pay
need
that
to
bill.
like and subscribe so we can get it.
Yeah, we need more
Pay our-
likes and subscribers
Yes.
to get the AC going.
Please
guys.
pay our bill. We want to make sure we're nice
They got
and
children they got to take care of. And I'm included
do.
in that. I'm
That's
one of the
right.
children.
She's one of our kids.
I am. I'm the
Well, we're
child.
excited to have you here today. But we're going
Yes.
to dive
Yeah, I'm excited to be
into
here.
you and we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. And I hope that it will be a good conversation. I hope you guys are open to that.
We're just looking at Marco.
Yeah,
as
Marco's
we say
shedding his
that.
shorts over there.
Yeah.
No, I'm reading something.
You're
He has
reading something?
long
Okay.
pants on.
He has long pants on.
So
I do.
it
I'm
has
hot
a
as
long
shit.
way
Long
to shit
pants.
down.
He is dying right now.
Yeah,
Are you really?
I think it turned on. No, it didn't. Never mind.
Oh,
Fuck my life.
that's all right. We're gonna make this happen.
Yeah.
So we'll go into affirmations first, and then we'll dive into our conversation.
I'm so excited for you to say your affirmation.
I am too.
Do we want to start
I
off
hope-
with you?
I'll
Oh, do we want
start.
to end with her or start with her?
Maybe we can end with her to end
Okay.
with the
Well, you're the
bang.
guest. You want to go
Yeah.
first, Lucy?
Sure. So this kind of goes into our topic later, but since becoming a mom, body issues have come up. So with my therapist, I talked about how I should fit my clothes, or my clothes should fit me. I should not fit the clothes. So if my clothes do not fit me currently, I should not have them. I should get clothes that do fit me as opposed to me trying to fit in what I have. So that is my affirmation moving forward. I do not need to fit in, like struggle to fit in my clothes.
Yeah.
That is relatable.
Isn't that what they say too? Like with like wedding dresses, like when you guys got married and got your dresses, what is it like? you know, you're not made to fit the dress. The dress is made to fit you.
Yeah.
So
I like
same,
that.
Same
Yeah.
concept.
I'm
pretty much.
currently struggling with that.
It's hard.
Bad.
Yeah, it's hard.
I'm
yeah.
struggling too, but I didn't have a baby. So
I stay
Body
struggling.
image is- yeah, body image is a big thing in general.
Of course.
So.
I've noticed that, like, I think we're all, 30 here? And
I'm 31.
30. I'm 32.
32.
I am going to be 32.
Going to be 32. So, like, I don't know if it's just, like, the age, too, where it's just, like, I feel like I don't care as much as I did before, but I feel like I'm struggling more, if that makes sense. And I can't figure out why, I guess now, because obviously the baby. But it is insane how much I struggle with that, because I can easily put myself into tears just because I'll go in my closet and, like, it's summer now in Chicago, so it's hot. And I'm trying to fit into my clothes from last summer, and they just don't fit. And the wildest part of all of this is that it won't, like, my clothes won't go over my hips, and I've never struggled with that. It's not even like, oh, it won't go over this part, and which means I've expanded. Which
Those
means
baby bearing hips, they
they're-
stretch out. Yeah,
that is real.
Yeah.
Those hips, yes. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I'm currently on, like, today's actually my first day of, like, my weight loss journey. Shout out to Hoka, by the way. I'm really into Hoka right now.
It looks like you're just opening your legs with the camera.
Don't look at
I'm
my
glad
legs.
it's like up from
Yeah,
the waist
like,
up.
That's
Oh.
right. I'm not
Wow.
opening. I'm not doing that, but I'm showing you guys my shoes. Check
Like,
out
I
my
just
shoes.
heard the baby.
Right. Shout out to
Oh,
me.
okay. Real up close in person.
Listen, I am trying to drop this weight like no one's business. However, I'm gonna do it with my own timing, like, you know what I mean. And I'm going to, and I'm actually, like, trying to go shopping too and do all of that. Just
Yeah, it'll make you
It's
feel so
hard.
much better.
It
And my
does.
therapist is like, if it's gonna serve more people, like if you donate clothes that don't fit you, it's gonna serve somebody else more than just sitting in your closet. So
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's true. Just get rid of it. It's okay.
cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Love that. My affirmation is not really an affirmation. It's just two words. It's restore and recharge.
Okay.
So last minute, my family and I booked a trip to Puerto Rico. So I'm going to be leaving to Puerto Rico, and this is the first, like, full family trip we've taken, and I don't even know how long. It's my whole family. And when I say whole family, I mean all four of us. Like, that's legit my whole family. Me, my dad, my mom, and my grandma.
I love
my
it.
whole family. So I'm excited because this is going to be a nice chance to just, like, recharge. You know, it's summer, but I still work over the summer. I teach dance. I do an internship. So that starts on Monday. So it's like, let me get this time to refocus, recharge, restore, get my energy right, spend time with family, and, like, land running.
Yeah.
Because I'm always running. I'm always on the go, even
Sounds
in the
like
summer.
you need hokas.
Yeah. I know, right? Let me get some. I'm going to.
Dude, I'm telling you, walking on clouds. I'm a Hoka
Yes.
girl now.
Come on, Hoka girl.
I love it.
Okay, go.
Okay,
with your
my
affirmation.
affirmation is for someone in this room. I hope it resonates. We're all gonna get our asses beat. We're about to get our ass beat. It is fuck you and yo broke ass mama. Does that ring a bell for anybody?
I think it's about me, but I'm not sure.
I want to get my ass beat.
I told them the story of the first time that you said that and how it has become a thing now.
What do you mean?
Oh my God.
I'm so confused.
He's like, I never heard this before in my life.
Wait, when I said it to Karen? Oh.
Yeah.
Was
I
that?
think it's so funny.
Well,
so funny.
I still say that, like, now.
Yeah,
right?
that's why.
why.
Like we
That's
just,
why
it's
it's
a
my
thing.
So that's her
So,
affirmation.
So, like, are you gonna go around and tell people to go, like, fuck them and their broke
Well,
ass mama?
sometimes-
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, they shouldn't be broke. I
Wait,
guess.
why the fuck are you
Why-
broke?
Why are you broke? What's wrong with you?
Right. What the
How
fuck
is
is
this-
going on?
I'm glad you guys are enjoying and laughing, because I was like, what are you talking about? But hey, I
We heard the
resonate.
story. It's kind of iconic, to be honest. But
Yeah.
now,
Yeah, to be fair, that was a different point in my life.
Yes, that was party Marco. We don't do that anymore.
we don't do that.
anymore.
All
was-
right.
that was
He'll
spelling
tell
the
somebody
whole-
that's sober. Shut up.
Yeah, no, I will.
Yeah, I'm like,
You will.
Right. It doesn't take.
I
liquor.
won't do the other part of this story.
I mean-
so
oh,
the throwing of
that-
water on
yeah.
top of someone. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
not
did the water challenge before. or something.
This is probably a good time to formally apologize to
Yeah.
her.
Oh,
You should
do
that
it.
on the podcast.
No.
Oh.
What the hell?
You're not sorry.
No.
So
what? I don't
background?
regret anything I do in my life.
So background, I'm just going to give it really quick.
That's terrible.
Why?
If someone did that to your kid or your wife, you'd be pissed.
You know what he would say? They probably deserved it.
I mean, okay, man.
So,
you might be onto something.
very long time ago, before kids, before all that, Marco was intoxicated.
Yeah.
And he poured liquor on top of a woman's head and said, "Fuck you and your broke
That's
ass
not
mama."
exactly what happened.
Oh,
okay.
it's not?
Water.
Oh,
Water.
water. I thought it was liquor.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was water. Okay.
Because
she was
why are you
drinking-
drinking water when we're supposed to be
He was
drinking
very upset,
drinks?
guys.
There you go. Okay, at least that's better. I
So-
thought you were
Can
wasting
I-
alcohol.
This
Play
story
therapist?
was told to me, but yeah, I don't know what happened.
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
He was...
I didn't remember doing this.
He
It was
had
told to me. We
alcohol
actually had a
poisoning at that
camera in our apartment when this happened.
yeah, we
so that was the only.
recorded it.
It was on camera?
Yeah, it was on camera.
You still have it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Oh, I would have saved it.
That would have been iconic.
SD
I don't think screen recording was a
disc
thing
drive,
back then.
whatever.
No, it like we saved the clip, but we've
Through
switched
time, it just got lost.
I
Yeah,
don't know what
it
happened.
was.
That would have been.
Can I play therapist?
Yeah, what's up?
Like, where did that come from? Like, if we're going to unpack, my
Me
therapist says
saying
that.
"fuck you" and your broke ass mama.
Yeah, like, was there like a deeper
Hey.
connection? Like, did you like hate her mom or something?
No, Doña Berta's
no.
great. Yeah, no, Doña Berta's amazing. But, I don't know.
What kind of secret beef did you have with her, though?
With her mom?
With her mom, yeah.
None. I don't have beef with anyone's mom.
I hope not.
I think it was just spur of the
in the moment.
Yeah, I don't think like it was
Drunk
any.
as hell.
To be honest with you, I have no recollection of it.
They
I was told the story.
oh.
I'm
So I
sure
was
if she
told
wasn't
that-
broke, he wouldn't have said it.
Right.
Yeah, I was
she
told.
She's like,
broke.
get your money up, he said.
I was
funny,
told
though.
that we
whatever
were
it
doing
is.
shots, and she was drinking water instead of shots. So I took the water that she was drinking and I
Yes.
poured it on her head.
Yes.
And I said, "Fuck you and your broke ass mama."
That's an insane sentence. I just would want to know personally if that was me.
Do you
I'd
take
be
offense if someone would call your mama broke?
Yeah, I
If
actually
you talk
would.
about my mama in general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, just don't talk about my mom. Keep my
no.
mother's name out your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Will
just
Smith.
You got that? Okay.
Yeah.
they say drunk
yeah.
words,
Or sober
Sober.
thoughts?
sober thoughts,
yeah.
which I actually don't agree with fully. I'm not gonna lie, because I've told like girls in the bathroom, like, you're my best friend, like, you're awesome. Because you meet girls when you're drunk in the bathroom, they're not my best friend. Like, I do care about them and hope they're doing well, but I don't like, I don't know them. But they're my best friend. I'm like, oh my god, like, we'll be so cool. Like, you and I are the
But
best friends.
maybe your sober thoughts are showing that you want more girlfriends.
Maybe.
Maybe that's you like wanting that.
be.
Ooh, look at me.
Ooh.
Cause I used to think like,
Unpack
I
it.
don't believe that.
Unpack
Cause
it,
I used to be wild and say some shit.
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, I meant that. No,
Like your
it's
subconscious.
no, it was it's.
Yeah.
I think it's
Really?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
could be.
I think so.
I have too many friends. I'm gonna start weaning you guys out. I'm just kidding.
Right?
No, but they say too that drunk thoughts, and then they say when you're angry, that's like how you feel. That one I don't agree with, because when I'm angry, like when
No.
I've gotten into crazy,
Yeah, no.
intense arguments, like I just want to hurt your feelings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
same.
That I think you just
No,
you know you're hitting below the belt.
And I go low. I
Yeah, you go to hell. I know.
do. I'm bad. So like I don't mean it.
No, I don't think that's
Like I
true.
love you.
You don't
and
want
I-
to apologize right now to all the people that you've hurt?
No, I don't either. No,
We're on an apology tour right now.
I'm an apology to her. Hell no.
Oh my god.
Next time. But yeah, I just wanted to say that was my affirmation for today.
Yeah.
Fuck you and your broke ass mama.
Yeah,
Amen.
screen record that part and send it to whoever you need to send it to.
Send
You're
it and say
welcome.
nothing.
Say nothing.
Just
send
send
it
it.
and say nothing.
We're so
love
ugly.
that.
I love it.
It's beautiful, actually.
I love it.
I
All right.
think it's poetic.
Well, we're not gonna do that today. We're gonna actually do something more positive. I think a little more lighter, a little
We're
more
still
fun.
talking about mamas though.
Well, so
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about mamas, but not your broke ass one.
We got margarita mommies at the
The margarita mommy
here. I'm a mommy, but not biologically a mommy.
Your mommy.
I got invited to the cool margarita mommy crew.
you did.
I got invited to the club.
We
Yeah,
had
who let you in my
Mark's
house?
compliments to Lucy.
Listen, your children really enjoyed Titi
It's
Tati.
titi tati.
I was gonna
Titi
say
Tati.
you are not a mommy,
Sorry.
but you're a mommy.
Listen, my
You own
revenge
it.
is your children are gonna love me.
Yeah, Madeline.
We could be coworkers at best, but your children are
Madeline
Titi
likes
Tati.
a lot of people right
Well,
now.
Madeline,
that's
5
fine.
minutes in,
She
knew
didn't like
Tati
certain
by
people.
name, so-
She didn't like certain people. I've seen her not like people.
That's true.
I've seen her not like people.
In the past.
Okay.
Anyway.
So
you're both mommies. You literally gave birth, what, 2 weeks apart or 3 weeks apart?
2 weeks.
Yes.
2 weeks apart. Like, that's bestie goals. Love that.
Isn't it cute?
Outsider looking in, I just want to speak on, like, how inspiring it is just hanging out with both of you. Like, outside of, like, podcast settings, just Lucy was so nice. She invited us over for, like, margaritas and, like, you know, we hung out with her and all the kids. And I think it's really motivating and inspiring to see your relationship and your friendship like flourish as moms, but even just as women supporting each other, talking about everything. Like Paulina was asking questions about all the things.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
can I say something a little TMI? I won't be too
always.
graphic.
No, please.
So like we were obviously in Lucy's yard, so she breastfeeds. So she's like, I hope you guys don't mind. Like, I'm gonna just whip, you know, she got to feed the
out the
baby.
boob.
So she whipped out the boob, and then Paulina was pumping her boob. And I was like, should I just whip out mine
out in
just
solidarity.
because?
In
Like,
solidarity,
In
yeah.
solidarity. But I just think, like, I left that day feeling like, oh, my God, I hope Fiamma and, like, all my best friends, we get married or pregnant around the same time because I want what you guys have because it's really nice.
it's so
so sweet.
helpful this time around. When I first had Madeline, I felt like I didn't have someone that was going through it with me at the exact same time. So this time around, even though I like have been through it, I feel like I'm still learning. Plus I have a boy now, so there's so many things that I don't know. And so like just bouncing back like thoughts and those middle of the night conversations like have been really helpful. So
Yes. And what I've realized too is becoming a new mom, I never knew how important it is to have friends who are on the same like level of parenting, you know what I mean? And like Lucy is way more above me when it comes to like experience and just knowing stuff. No, but it's true, like you do. And I will
still
be
learning, but thank you.
for sure. I mean, yeah, it's gonna always be a learning thing, but I just feel like you are so knowledgeable. Knowledgeable, is that a word? You know what you're doing in the sense of you're able to provide information to me when I need it, and you also make me feel so comfortable. And that's hard as a parent, right? Because you can freak out about anything, right?
Everything.
You see something, your kid's doing
my
this,
God.
that, they're not doing something. And even though like, yeah, like we're not doctors, there's some comfort in messaging your friend and being like, is this normal? What is that? What can I do for this? And I'm so grateful that I have Lucy because all my friends really don't have kids, or if they do have kids, they're a little bit older, which is still nice. I can still reach out to them, and I do. And they check in on me, which is so sweet. But it is just nice to have that friend. And I really encourage everyone who has, a newborn or has like an infant, toddler, whatever, like to create that friendship with somebody who, you can reach out to and you feel, I think the key word is feel comfortable, because I don't know if you feel this way, but sometimes, unfortunately, that also comes with judgment.
Oh, yeah.
That comes with criticism. And there's
comparison.
the comparison.
Yeah.
Oh. And I'm not even like there yet. My kid isn't even walking, talking, crawling, nothing. So I can't even imagine when those milestones are supposed to be met. I can't even imagine the criticism or just the comparison that comes with it. Because that's real. And I think that's so fucked up to me. But like people do that. I think it's one thing if I'm asking for your honest opinion or feedback. But I think the unsolicited stuff is not necessary. And the comparison, like you should never compare kids.
Yeah.
Never.
That's weird.
And we talked about this too, like the should. Like you should never tell a new parent, like you should do this, because no, they shouldn't. You should do whatever they want.
You should stay in your lane.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
That word triggers the shit out of me. I don't know. It's been like, for me, that's a really hard word. I think because you're right. Like, why are you telling me what I should do? Like I said, it's one thing to offer advice or just offer an opinion, but I think there's a way to go about it of just like, have you tried this? Or if I'm asking you specifically, like, can I do this? It's a simple yes or no. I don't need to know like what you did with your child, fucking 3 years ago and how perfect it is. I don't need to know that. Just literally I'm asking you, do you think this is necessary? Can I do that? Does my kid have this? Like, what do you think about this? Because
I feel like your brains are just nonstop, both of you.
Oh, it's like a million tabs open all the time.
Like, how do you guys sleep?
well, Lucy has
How do you
two.
sleep at night?
I want to say that I don't, and then Marco will pull out
She
the
snores,
pictures.
yeah. She snores very heavily.
Sure.
Same.
It gets to the point of exhaustion that you just like kind of sleep because there's no other choice. But I mean, I wake up and my first immediate thought is like, how did Madeline sleep? When was the last time that Mateo fed? Are they both breathing? Are they alive? Like, and then what do I have to do today? What time do I have to get them ready? Like, am I going to leave the house? All of those things are constantly, like, every single moment of the day.
So everything you just said was about your children.
Yes.
So I want to know, and this is for both of you,
Yes.
what do you do for Lucy? What do you do
gosh.
for Paulina?
Okay.
What do you do for your self-care?
Good question.
I have, before Mateo was born, I was religiously going to get my nails done. And it was like, there are no children allowed in there. So it was like me by myself. And I was just like a gossip time with my nail tech. I go to the same girl every time. And that was what I was doing. It's been harder because now I have to find a babysitter for 2 kids, but I'm still trying to get back on that. And low key, my walks with Paulina are also kind of for me. When you're a mom, you have no adult interaction. When you're a stay-at-home mom, at least. So when I walk with Paulina, that's like my, let's talk about whatever, even if it's about our kids, like we're just still talking.
Yeah.
So that's self-care for me. And then sometimes at the end of the day, I'm just like, Marco, can you take both the kids and like let me just scroll on TikTok by myself? So yeah, that's something that I do too.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like for me, I think my self-care is something that's always been really important to me before becoming a mom. And that is to still do the stuff that I love, right? AKA this podcast, you know what I mean? Like still do like what I knew and what I loved to do, just because to me it's like so important. Taking walks with Lucy are now like my favorite, like I guess morning, depending on the time I get home from work.
Yeah.
Morning, afternoon activity.
Yeah.
And even like just stopping at our house, right? And just like having our kids like don't play because they're like, you know, whatever, 4 months old, not even.
They lay next to
right.
each
They're
other.
just like wobbling, they're kicking their legs.
Yeah.
But like to me, it just like, to me that means a lot because I'm like, okay, it gives me that interaction with like my friends, but my friend who's also has a kid very close in age to me, you know, and also a toddler. So to me, it's a lot of fun stuff. And like, I gotta admit, I gotta do better with like maintaining like the more me time in the sense of nails, all of that. Cause I kind of did lose that. I would even say like marriage wise, I kind of like felt like, well, not that like, oh, I have a man, I can just like give up on myself. No, I have a man and I have a house, I have 2 mortgages, like I have shit to pay that I'm like, I can't
spare the
I can't
expense
spare it, or I
sometimes.
can't justify like why I'm spending, because I used to be like nail girl, like, and but I miss her. I miss that.
Well, I would say that your self-care is justifiable. So like, I'm doing this because it's for me and I get to spend money on myself. So.
And you need to be okay for babies to be okay.
Yeah.
That's true, because that's how I'll feel better. And like even like getting my hair done and stuff, like I kind of stopped ever since I had extensions because I don't dye them. But personally for me, it's like, okay, that's an expense that I was like, oh, I can't justify it.
No, I'm that same way now too.
Right?
And like, I was put on a budget. So we can kind of talk about that.
I put myself on a
I want
budget.
to talk about that.
Right.
I am a stay-at-home mom, which means I am not bringing physical income to the household. I am saving income in other ways, right? Like we're not paying for childcare. We're currently not paying for formula. So I'm
There are
doing
2
work,
currencies in this
right?
world, and one of them is time. And you are giving all of that to
I'm
your
giving
children.
all
No,
of my
you're
time to my
a
kids.
well, not like a nanny, but you are childcare.
Yeah.
Your
are
teacher, your nurse, your counselor, your
Yes.
entertainer.
your
all
housekeeper,
the
your
things.
chef. You're doing. I mean, I don't think. Listen, I love my
Your
boy,
child
but
is fed, okay?
exactly. But nobody,
Yeah,
in
no,
a
it's
realistic
hard.
world can do
all those jobs 24/7.
24/7.
However, when you are a mom and you fell into this rabbit hole of like you're up at 3 a.m, let me go on TikTok, and then TikTok is like, you need this for baby and you need that for baby, and then the next day you have all of these packages come over. So Marco was like, okay, we need to go on a budget because we do not have like just all of this income.
Same girl.
We're great, right? Like we can afford what we need to afford, but there are some things like getting my hair done. That's easily $200-$300. That's not something that I'm going to go do, every 6 months or whatever it is that they say.
Not even like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
You need to cut it and right.
Like, no,
I don't have kids and I don't even do
I don't
that.
go every 6
So I
months.
can't imagine.
But
Yeah, I don't do that.
there are some things that I'm like, hey, can I do this? And it feels like I have to ask for permission because it's not my money. And there are, he says yes all the time, but I still feel like, can I
mean, if he dies,
spend on
it's
this?
your money.
No, it goes to the bank first.
Yeah, that's not how that's set up.
It goes
No, but it's like
I know.
The bank gets all the life insurance money.
Yeah,
She may
the
get
bank
like $2.
gets the life insurance. I get a hold of what the kids are going to get eventually, but that's, whatever. That's for them.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you feel, and if it's too personal, let me know, but do you feel like as a stay-at-home mom, do you feel like you've lost a sense of not even independence, but when it comes to the financial part, like because you were a teacher, an educator, and even before you met Marco, like I'm assuming you've always worked because you came to the U.S. when you were young, right?
I did, yes.
So like you came with your family, a hardworking, awesome, amazing family, by the way. I've met your family; they're so awesome, and you have like even a younger sister. So like your parents are still in that process too of like raising a kid essentially, right? A teenager. Did you feel like you like lost a sense of independence, or did you feel like you gained more than you lost becoming a mother of two, right?
I think I gained and lost different things. So I think I definitely gained like the biggest loves of my lives. Like I love the two kids and oh my gosh.
Right.
Yeah.
More than
like,
words can say.
I'm sorry, Marco, but and we've told each other that like our kids are going to come first.
That's how it should be.
Before each other. So, I love them and I love being a mom. However, I definitely think I lost financial independence. Like I feel like I can't just justify all of my purchases as much anymore, right? I can't just go and get myself something that I want. I'm always like, should I? And if I do, like, how is this going to affect other things that I need to purchase? And I also feel like I've lost a little bit of my identity because now it's like everything is mom, everything is the kids. It used to be like, okay, I have to get myself ready for work. I have to like look presentable for myself and like because I'm going into, the work environment. Now it's like as long as the kids are fine, like I don't care, right? It's not about me anymore. Going out to the store is like, do I really need to go right now or can I wait? Like, it's not even about, let me just get up and go because I need this. Like, do I want to take both the kids? Am I going to have help? Like, it's so much more that goes into it now that I'm just, definitely not as independent.
I get that. But I think you said like you lose and you gain. You know what I mean? So there really is no, there's no, I don't know, like win or loss.
It's not like a tally mark. Like,
and it's not even equal, right? Because it's different parts of my life. So it's not like it balances out by any means. It's just like you win some, you lose some kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like, honestly, I'm going to just say, like, don't even trip out the spending part, girl. Because like you can have 100 incomes coming into your home. Like you're still got to be like honest, especially with kids. Like you just think different now. And it's wild.
That's one thing that also like he's always said, anything for the kids, like, you don't even need to ask because they grow out of everything right away. Like we're exchanging diapers because my kid already grew out of diapers.
So crazy.
Oh my gosh. Like you were telling me that you have to size up in clothes already. Like they grow out of everything super quick. So like you need to be on top of that and like making sure they have everything that they need. Toddlers eat snacks all the time.
17 snacks a day. So
oh my God.
She loves her hot Cheetos.
Oh God. Like literally
so
you have
so funny.
She's a
just
true
like,
little Mexican girly.
I don't even eat hot Cheetos like this. She was like,
she is a hot Cheeto girl.
living her best
Wasn't
life.
phased.
So yeah, like for the kids, it's always like, let me buy for the kids first. And then whatever's left over is like, okay, I guess I can get myself something.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah.
I love it.
I want to ask Marco a question.
What's up?
Can you share what's going through your mind when you hear Lucy talk about this? Like when she says she feels like, some parts of our identity she felt lost and like she feels like the financial freedom is like not there anymore. Like, I'm just curious, hearing your wife say this, how do you feel?
Well, I think we've talked about this before. So like the feeling lost, like we've even had these discussions recently where it's like, our relationship has changed. Like you're not the same couple you were before you had kids. You have to put your kids first.
Yes.
And a lot of the times, when we had Madeline, we didn't feel like we got as distant or we didn't go through like a roommate phase because when you have kids, it's like all hands on deck, right? Mm-hmm. With Madeline, we felt like we were comfortable enough to handle it like on our own and pretty easily. And we still had some semblance of like us still having a relationship. Mm-hmm. With two kids, now we're playing zone defense. it's tough. It's like one takes one kid, one takes another kid.
She was just
And
telling
so
me.
like we'll just like end up at the end of the day, we'll be like, hey, how was your day? Like in bed.
Like, hey, what's up?
So I'm a very pragmatic person and I'm a very logical person. So like I understand why these things happen.
Yeah.
It isn't because of anyone feeling any other type of way, rather than we just have to shift our focus to our children for this small amount of time. I always tell her, these years are just a few pages in the chapter of our lives.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're going to get over all these things quickly. Before you know it, they're going to be walking around going crazy. And
They'll be in
they're not,
school.
they don't even know who we are. Like,
Yeah.
they'll be doing their own thing. So I understand her losing a bit of herself. And I always tell her, like, you know, I think once we get past the first 5 years, then we can kind of readjust our lives to more focus on our own needs, our own self-care stuff, and everything else. I try to give her as much time, like, as she wants to do. If she wants to go do whatever she wants to do, hair or makeup, or go with Naya or anything else. Like
That's my chiropractor.
she goes like her chiropractor.
Oh, I'm like, yeah.
Yes, shout out to Naya.
And so like those are all things that like she prioritizes for, and I'm fine with that. Like that's cool with me. As far as like the financial part of it, we are on a budget. We've been on a budget for about 24 months. If you ask me how many of those months we've actually stayed on budget, it's been about 0. So yes, we've been trying to be financially conscious, but we don't need anything. We have everything, and the kids are good. So like, if she wants to get something, like
So I'm on
if I'm in a good
budget.
mood, there's no budget.
Yeah, I'm on a budget, but at the end of the day, he's always like, he'll bring up the budget and then he'll be like, it's fine, like just get it. But
Yeah.
it's the sense of like having to ask for it that's like,
Yeah, which I understand.
Different,
Like
yeah.
going from being, you know, independent to now being codependent, right, or being dependent on someone. But I think that's part of like the decision we made. Like,
100%.
we made a
course.
decision as a family collectively. Said, okay,
Yeah.
listen, you can either go back to work and we can have the kids go to someone's house, either a family member or go to whatever and figure out childcare, or you can focus on the kids for the first 4 years of their lives, thug it out for 4 years, and then after that, everyone
this
comes
is
back.
honestly though, like thugging it out for sure. This is the ghettoest hood you will ever be in. Parenthood is
Motherhood,
the ghettoest.
Very.
Literally
Ghettoest.
ghettoest.
That's the decision
God,
we
I'm
made.
sweting.
Okay, I have another question for you, Marco. Just
up?
because I like talking to both of you while you're both in the same room. I don't know, it gets me excited. I don't know. So like when we talk about like what mothers feel like they lose or they gain, how do you feel as a father? Do you feel like you've gained or lost anything? Well, we know you gained, but like I'm kind of curious. Like, do you feel like you've lost something?
I know I gained weight, but damn.
No, I meant like a wife, children. That, yeah, cool.
Well,
but
I gained my wife being a mother, which is a beautiful thing. Seeing your partner being what they're meant to be in this world is a very beautiful thing. And
Make
so,
me cry.
on camera. But no, I think I've always been like a selfless person. So I've always been the like eat last kind of person.
Yeah.
So like you guys were talking about, right? Like what you do for your mental health, going on walks and everything else.
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't do anything. Like my day consists of going to work, coming home, taking care of a kid, cleaning up, putting a kid to bed, and going to bed. And so some people find that as like a boring life or like a monotonous life.
But that's your piece.
But I find joy in the journey of parenthood. Like for me, like I find joy in the fact of being a provider. I find like that's kind of what's helpful for me. So
A real man.
yeah, as Fiamma said, a real man. But,
real man.
I can attest.
I don't think I think if I've lost anything, it's for the benefit of my children.
Okay.
So that's what I think.
Spoken like a real man. Happy late Father's Day, by the way.
Yes.
It was just Father's
It
Day.
was Father's Day
Happy
yesterday.
late Father's Day.
Yeah,
Crazy. It's
so-
his second Father's Day, and he now also has
Two kids.
That's
Holy
crazy.
moly.
Oh shit, where are you gonna be next Father's Day?
3 kids.
not 3.
Oh my god, I saw Marco posted 2 down, 10 more to go. I'm like, poor Lucy.
Absolutely not.
I'm serious. I really love
We know
So-
you're serious, but it takes 2.
So in his card, and he has now, what did you say? It's a written contract? Because I wrote it down. I told him I can give him 2 more.
Wow.
However, I'm waiting. I did not say when.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. But no,
Nah,
I
bro.
look at
Wonderful.
I look at my Theo and I'm like, this can't be my last one. Like, yeah, I'm not done yet. Like that, I can't. I feel like they happened too quickly that I didn't get to register. Like, okay, this is my last one. So I feel like I didn't get to enjoy it as my last, like pregnancy and like the newborn phase because he's already 2 months. So I feel like I'm not done with babies.
So do you feel like you're gonna like wait for this third one, and then after you have the third, will you go back to back on that one? So it's like these two will be together, and then these two will be
I think
together?
back to back.
Probably.
It makes sense.
Honestly, like, yes, we're fighting for our lives right now.
Yeah, but it's so much.
But
Yeah.
like, they're still both in diapers. I'm still carrying a diaper bag. Like, they're both in car seats. It's just, we're living in the depth of it for both of them right now. So it's not like one's out of diapers and I still have to change diapers. It's not like one's sleeping through the night and I'm still waking up. Like I'm doing all of it already anyway. So I feel like that's the way to go.
Yeah, I definitely do. I agree.
Kudos to you guys.
Yeah. I'm curious,
Yeah.
Lucy, what's your relationship like with your dad? Sorry, I'm just because we shifted. Listen. I've been waiting for Lucy to be on this couch. Y'all don't understand. Just because it was Father's Day, so I'm kind of curious because a lot of people say, and we've talked about it on here, like the relationship you have with your father or don't have with your father, could sometimes carry over into the man you choose to spend your life with, and then how that develops into your own family. So I'm curious.
I am getting to a point in my life with a lot of therapy that my dad did the best he could growing up with what he knew and what he was raised with. So I have to remember that he was just a man with kids living in a new country and he didn't know anybody. He didn't speak the language. You know, he had to learn everything. And so he wasn't around a lot. He wasn't very lovey-dovey. He was like a get home, sit on the couch kind of dad. And that's nobody's fault, right? Like it wasn't anything we did as kids. It wasn't like anything he was doing on purpose. Like he was just a hardworking dad in a new country and wanted to get home and rest. So that's how I'm looking at it now. However, there are very like deep down subconscious parts of me that resent a lot of it. The way that he would react to some of the things that we did. Like, we were afraid of him. Like, he was scary. So, yeah, Marco, I tell him, like, there are parts of him that are very much like my dad. Like, my dad was also very hardworking. Like, he'd leave early, come home late. Very similar to him. In regards to other things, like, he's nothing like my dad. And I'm kind of happy about that. Like, he is very involved with his kids. Day one, changing diapers. He gets home and he wants to spend time with them. He watches movies with them. Like he will put on kids movies that he's never watched ever in his life just to like try and spend time with the kids.
They don't even watch the movie. Sad.
They don't. He's the one watching the movie. And on weekends, like, you know, my dad would get up early and go like do his stuff. And he's like, no, what are we going to do?
Family time.
As a family. Yeah. He's like, Sunday is family day. And that's something that he's kept very sacred. You know, if you guys know Marco, you know, he works a lot. Like he works 80 hours a week sometimes. And so having him kind of dedicate that day to like, this is your day, like nobody else is touching it is really nice to have because I know that that's the day that we can count on to all be together. And it kind of makes up for him not being there all week. So yeah, my relationship with my dad is a little bit better now that I have kids because he's acknowledging like, okay, I did a lot of things wrong. And so with my kids, he's changing some of the things. Yeah. Like one day he was like, don't yell at Madeline. And I'm like, you are one to talk about yelling. And he's like, no, as you become grandparents, you learn how like a lot of the things that you did were wrong. And like, you know, he's trying to do it over. And he loves Mateo because that's his second chance at a boy. Wow. I do have a brother and, you know, he's out there doing his thing. But I feel like my dad never really connected with him. So I feel like with Mateo, he's trying to build that bond. So
that is so cute.
Yeah.
And how do you feel like you view Father's Day now? This is your first Father's Day with Javi. Yeah. Celebrating him, your husband, as a father. How did that feel for you?
It was wild. I mean, like, so for me and my dad, I mean, I don't have a relationship at all with my real dad. So that's completely absent. And then the man that I married is, to me, like, I won the jackpot is what I say, because I know no relationship or couple is perfect, and we are far from perfect, but I think that speaks to any relationship. My hot take on that. Don't believe all these little Instagram posts you see, because every relationship has something. I mean, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying there's something that every relationship, struggles with or works on, whatever. I do think, though, like, luckily, I always tell them, like, our fights are I always say they're so goofy. I shouldn't say that, but they are, because I'm like, we don't have like real issues like growing up. I don't know how you guys saw your parents, but like we don't fight over money, which is what I think my family grew up fighting over, is finances.
100%.
I didn't see this in my family, but other families I did. Like, we don't have infidelity issues. We don't have intimacy issues. We don't have anything. So whenever we fight over something stupid about like who ate the chicken or something, or who fucking didn't do the dishes, I'm like, we don't have like, this is stupid. Like, we can solve this.
You have the luxury of stupid problems.
Honestly, I'm like, this is so stupid. And I know I shouldn't say that, because like what bothers him, I always say what bothers him isn't like my trigger. I'm like, that's your trigger, that's not mine. And it's something stupid too. But I'm like, I have just as bad as triggers, like if not probably dumber. So I'm like, listen, we all got our shit, right? But I do feel like I won the jackpot of just an incredible man, kind of like how Marco was describing, like his role in his family, right? It's like I have a man who will provide by all means, and who wants to give us the best. And it's just like this incredible feeling of knowing like that somebody truly has your back. And now seeing him as a dad, and like, I know, real talk, I know he wanted a boy, which I think most men do. And I thought it was just because it was like a last name macho thing. But I think what I'm discovering is, and maybe not true for everybody, but I think men want a boy, maybe for that reason too, but they feel like I can bond with my son more than my daughter. Because my husband told me, he's like, his fear was, I don't know how I'm going to be able to bond with a daughter. And I think he was genuinely, not scared, but genuinely just trying to figure that out. And when I see him, I'm like, you were made to be a girl dad. Like, you're fucking killing it. And like, I can't wait till she's older and they do have that bond, and he can take her to like baseball games and like all these things.
Oh, it's going to happen quicker than that.
Right?
Like, within the next couple months, that girl is going to be 100% a daddy's girl.
100%.
And I didn't think it was going to happen. I was like, there's no way I'm going to spend all my time with him. Nope.
No.
Madeline is his child. I just birthed her.
You just birthed her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Birth your husband's twin.
Literally.
100%. Yep.
You both birth your husband.
Honestly, yeah, she's forming into her dad. I'm like, oh, which I love, like, get those looks, girl. But I'm like, that's crazy. Like, you came out of me, but I could see her.
Yep. You came out of me.
Yeah, you came out of me.
Traitor.
Right. It's just wild. But I do love seeing him in that role, because I always say, like, cries and daddy issues, because I love that she has this. Like, there's this thing that I read too one time that was basically saying, like, what did it say? It said basically like raising your kid is seeing what you would have been like if you didn't have these issues growing up. Like, it's wild, because I can see that. I mean, she's in a loving home, she's in a, like, she has two parents who care about her more than anything in the world, and I'm not saying my parents
and grandparents,
didn't. And I didn't have
two
grandparents.
grandmas, like,
I didn't have one
who
here.
lives so close, like,
in my backyard, basically.
That is a luxury in itself.
And I don't take it for granted for a second. I don't take it for granted. That is, I say this out loud too. I say, I am nothing without my village. Nothing.
100%.
That includes the grandparents, my mom and my mother-in-law. That involves my friends like Lucy. That involves just anybody who will fucking listen to me.
You can't do it by yourself. You just can't.
Impossible.
You said something about like daddy issues, and I feel like, because I know a lot of women who were raised without their father, or didn't really know their father, or didn't have a good relationship with their father. So I feel like there are so many versions of daddy issues. Like, they're all different. Like, none are the same. You know what I'm saying? And I was told a few months ago that I had daddy issues 2.0. And I was like, what does that mean? And they're like, you have daddy issues of a dad who's in your life and sets the expectations too high. Those are like a different kind of daddy issues.
That is a good daddy issue.
Yeah. No, I want that.
Obviously. Like, it's sarcasm. 100% it's sarcasm.
Yeah, they're trying to call you out for, like, what, having standards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry,
like,
I had a dad who loved
but
me.
I'm like,
Sorry.
I know. Sorry, my father loves me and wants the best for me. No, but I think it all goes to show, like, at the end of the day, like, moms are so important. And, like, they are everything. They birth you, but you hear daddy issues come up more than mommy issues. And the few times you hear mommy issues, they're almost like thrown to the side by other people talking about daddy issues. Do you notice that?
I have a theory.
Yes.
I have a theory.
What's your theory?
Especially because having two kids in very different stages in their lives, I can see they both need different things, yet they both look at me for comfort and safety and like survival. Whereas dad is fun, and it's like they know they have my love because I'm mom, right? Like I have to care for them. But I feel like winning over their dad, especially like with Madeline, like she wants that connection with him because he's not around. He's not survival, right? Like for him to want to be around her, that's different. So I feel like my kids are like, I mean, Mateo, you know, well, he does a little bit about this. Like right now, he like only wants to be with me because I'm survival, right? I'm food.
Yes, I am food.
I am.
I am food.
And so when he goes with somebody else, he's like, I don't really want to be here. But I feel like Madeline, she's with me for like, you're my safe space right now. Like I can cry to you because something doesn't feel good. Whereas with Marco, it's like, I want to be with you because you're my dad. Like,
do you feel like it's almost, it reminds me of, I'm like such a nerd. I love this shit. Like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? So you think about like the first one is the physiological needs. That's mom.
Yeah.
Right? And then the second one is like love and belonging. So like you naturally physiologically are giving them that, you're giving them love, but that sense of belonging is really where
It's
the
dad.
dad comes in.
It's like
We just figured out daddy issues, guys.
It's like when
We figured it out.
You know, in TV shows, they're always like, "Oh my gosh, you're so pretty," and it's like you have to say that because you're my mom. I feel like that's what kids are going through with mom. But when dad says something, it's like, "Oh, you really mean it because you're your dad." Yeah.
I can see
Because
that.
my dad will tell me if I look rough.
Yeah.
Oh,
My dad would be like,
you will 100% be that.
You gonna do
See,
something?
I saw your post for your dad, and I feel like your dad is what I aspire Marco and Madeline's relationship will be.
I'm sure it will.
Because
Yes.
they're your dad and Marco are so similar.
Yeah, they work very hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like they're both say some of the like most sarcastic,
Oh,
randomest
yeah.
things. They're
Oh,
hilarious,
yeah.
and like they're also really like blunt and straightforward though.
Yeah.
and so I feel like that I'm looking at a future
Same.
with you two. So
I don't think I know.
Fuck you and your broke ass mom.
Whoa, don't be talking about Dixie, okay?
Hey.
She got money.
no.
Shout out Dixie.
We love Dixie
what were you
here.
gonna say, Paulita?
That I honestly don't think I know a lot of relationships like you and your dad.
Really?
I don't know a
No,
lot
I don't
of
either.
women who have that relationship
Well,
with their father.
our comadre does. Our comadre and her dad are very close.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. But I think there's like a more of a limit to that because like they won't get to like the personal level of like their relation. Like there's certain things like I don't think they would talk about where like I feel like yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
well, it's because it's more like a traditional Mexican household kind of thing. You get me?
Yeah.
So yeah, being like a traditional Mexican like macho man kind of thing. But yeah, no, I can't imagine a world where I'm not like Madeline's like bestie.
My dad's not macho at all.
Like I can't imagine like before.
That's the one thing I didn't want in a husband.
My
And
dad
I
is
told him.
not macho. My dad's more sensitive than my mom. Like if we're watching a movie, my dad will cry. My
love him.
mom would not. Like it'll take my mom longer. My dad gets very emotional just talking like
I love that,
reading a card. My dad cry. Like my dad's very in tune with his emotions.
I love it.
Yes. Let's bring up more men like that.
I want to. And I love that you said that you can't imagine a world where you're not her
know.
bestie.
Yeah, it's just tough because like it doesn't make sense to me. Like it doesn't make sense to me.
That's
like,
something that we talk about all the time, that we both have our own kind of like parental, not issues, but you know, like we lacked with our parents. And I cry to him all the time because I'm like, I see my kids and I see how easy it is to love them and how easy it is to go out of your way for them. I can't imagine living in a life where like that wasn't easy for my parents, right? Like
Totally.
so it's hard, but I'm glad that I'm healing my inner child with my kids.
yeah. But like going to
I
your
read that somewhere
the
too,
connection of
yeah.
like, would you say that like Javi feels like he couldn't like bond with baby G. Like at first, like for me, it took a while. Like for men, it takes, I would think, like at least 3 to 6 months to like really form a relationship with your baby. Because for moms, it's instant. You guys literally birth them. You've been with them for 9 months. There's an instant connection. But for men, it's a little bit longer. But I think for me, like I love my son, but like that baby girl is gonna rule my life. Like that baby girl's like, there's no. I at first was like, no, it's gonna be like, no, that girl's gonna like.
He wants another girl.
Yeah, like if I was to have another kid, it'd be another girl. Like I'd want another girl.
I love that you're saying that. That is because I don't hear a lot of men say that. At least I don't feel like
it's beautiful.
I've heard it, whether they feel that or not. That is
and
so
I feel
beautiful.
like I get you like men want to have boys. I was never really like that. I was kind of like, I just want one and one, just to have like a boy and a girl. Like to me, it didn't matter if it was 4 girls and 1 boy. Like it doesn't matter as long as it's 1 and 1.
Yeah.
But now my preference is to have more girls. My preference is.
And I asked like, you know, why do you want the boy? And he's like, because I know what it takes to be a good man, and I want to be able to raise one.
Yeah.
And that
So
is
like,
key. I think more men need to want to be fathers, but better themselves so that they teach them skills and characteristics of what a good man is, what a good person encompasses.
100%.
Oh God. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like what does it take to be a good person? And like, here are the tools. Here, follow by example, lead by example.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. Lead by example. And I think that's so important.
Yeah,
Because
that's
a lot of people end up being baby daddies, but are they fathers?
Yeah,
I always
that's
tell
a
Lucy
fact.
this too. Like, I know what it is to raise a good man because I was raised as a good man, which is going to be a little bit more difficult for Mateo. I apologize if you're hearing this. It's going to be tough for you, but I still love you. And she knows what it is to raise a great woman because she is a great woman.
Yes.
So, you know, that's why like we both have those benefits of being able to raise our children to be good people. And so that's why I always tell her, why are we going to, you know, limit the world to such a great human?
I know
as
we're
many as
running out of
possible.
time, but Lucy is going to be coming back another time.
Oh, Lord.
And so I would like to already say the next episode, I think you kind of touched on it. Like she's going to raise a wonderful woman, a good woman because she is. You're going to raise a great man because you are. And I think if you talk about like compadres and godparents and people you choose to bring into your child's life, that is key too. So I want to talk about that next week because I know that's something you want to talk about, you're thinking about, like baptizing baby G. What does that look like?
Yeah.
You're a godmother. I'm a godmother to a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
So
We're
like
godparents
that
too,
is a
yeah.
very interesting conversation. I do want us to dive in next episode.
Yes.
Let's do
Oh,
it.
look at you. She's like hosting.
Teaser.
I
Teaser.
love it. I love it. I know. Queen of tease right here. You're teasing the good content.
Tease with Daddy.
Yes, another series. I love it. Yes, we definitely want to dive into it because another teaser. Marco and Lucy are kind of set on something when it comes to that, which is very interesting. And I think when it comes to baptism,
Oh,
like your
You'll have to
viewpoint.
wait till
you gotta
when
wait
Lucy's
though.
back.
That's
Give it
right.
time. She's gonna be back eventually.
It's gonna be a great conversation because we were talking about it at Margarita Hour, whatever we did, Margarita Hour.
Margarita Mommy Hour.
Yes, we had our Margarita Hour, and it was very insightful, and I think it's so interesting and probably really helpful to a lot of people too who are
We're
also
on
feeling the
fence,
same way.
Yeah.
So I love it. So follow us at Paulina Rowe.
At Talk with Tati.
I'm gonna go Marco's route and not say my.
I love it. Well, Never Too Shy Pod.
There we
Yes.
go.
Yes, Never Too Shy Podcast. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube, and please like our stuff and
So
subscribe.
we could get some air. We
I
need
don't know if
likes
you can
and
We
see
gotta
my
pay the
sweat.
Yeah, we have like
Sweat
we're
session
sweating.
is-
dude, people's gas.
strong.
They gotta come back. We gotta pay them. So let us know.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bye.